Hello?
Hello, step right up, pick a card, any card.
Are you some sort of magician?
No, I'm a fortune teller.
Okay, how about this one?
Good choice.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means you're gonna lose.
Oh, dang it, what the heck?
Yeah, sorry about that, but why don't you go ahead and reach behind your ear?
I knew you were a magician.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
Give it up.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about winged rhinos, hearkening back to that column episode from a few episodes back, and that card is good. I know you lose tempo every single time you use it. It bounces back to your hand when any trap card is activated, and you can choose when that effect happens. But it just really got me thinking. It could basically be infinite monsters. If you keep dodging stuff and it keeps going back to your hand, then you can just use it the entire game, and you basically have one extra card. You don't need to worry about drawing monsters in a stun deck if you just have the Winged Rhinos. So I started trying to make Winged Rhinos stun, Winged Rhinos control, and unfortunately for me, we are not in Tengu Plant formats, although I might have to attempt the Tengu Plant version of the Winged Rhinos deck, because Tengu Plant has Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, I think that's what it's called, and this card is the Winged Rhino's dream. It is so good. It basically solves every problem the deck has. We're stuck in Edison, and you know, I tried to figure something out. I tried to get creative, tried to make this deck, but yeah, let's talk about it. Behold, my Winged Rhinos stun deck. Look at that, 10 monsters. We're playing 10 that's all you need. Yeah, a lot going on. Let me explain. This deck has two primary concepts when building around Winged Rhinos. Number one, Winged Rhinos is very good with trap cards. I don't know if you know this, but you probably do. You're watching this video. But a lot of people play Compulse in Edison Format. One, because it's good to bounce your opponent's monsters to their hand, but also because it's great to dodge things. You can target your own cards and dodge removal. And this deck, the whole concept is, what if that was free? What if instead of going -1 using Compulse to bounce your own monster, you go card neutral? And this is because any of these draw spells, Jar of Greed and Legacy of Yugioh, are mini compulses for specifically your Winged Rhinos. But you also get to draw a card. This is very great. It gives you this grindy style of control where you can dodge anything and you're not losing any card advantage in the process. Also, excellently, it makes your deck 31 cards. We are playing 3 Upstart, 3 Jar of Greed, and 3 Legacy of Yugioh, so your deck is tiny. You're more likely to see the Winged Rhinos and the other side of this engine, the Koa'ki Merius. There is one good Koa'ki Meriu card, and that is Knight. This card is a Beast Warrior, which is why we are even playing it in this deck, and you can reveal the Iron Core to summon out any Koa'ki Meriu from your deck. And this is a once per turn effect. You can summon a giant monster out of the deck every single turn, and you need to reveal a Beast Warrior in your hand in the end phase, and thankfully Winged Rhinos is that Beast Warrior. The whole concept is these are primarily the only good Koa'ki Meriu cards, and by playing a 31 card deck, I thought maybe, you know, maybe the deck's small enough to just open Knight Iron Core every single game. So that is probably not good logic, but that's the logic I had. And what are we summoning? I've chosen 4. In the replay, I was playing more power hands, this powerful 2100 attack normal summon that you reveal a normal trap, and this deck plays a lot. You've got the Guardian. You don't play any other rocks. This is just to get over, you know, Rhynos, whatever, any monster effect that you can't deal with. And then we've also added the Tornado. This card is literally the only removal the Koa'ki Merius have, and it looks really bad. It resets you on a draw, but it can be a pretty decent board wipe, and if you keep the Knight on the field by revealing a Winged Rhinos in your hand, you will draw the Iron Core again, reveal again, and you basically regain the advantage you lost by using it. The deck looks funny. It's in an interesting spot. It's a semi-interesting concept. let's watch some terribly grindy gameplay with this interesting, strange control deck. Let's get into it. I'm officially a stun player now, so let's play some stun. First game with the Beast Warrior beatdown deck, and look at this opening hand. Urnite plus Iron Core of Koa'ki Meriu. I mean, it does not get much better than that. My opponent's going to upstart Goblin, normal summon a Dark Grepher, send a Vayu and a Sirocco from their deck to the graveyard, make the Arm Wing, set a back row, and pass their turn. And we are going to draw a Solemn Judgment. We're going to activate that upstart Goblin, draw a Bottomless Trap Hole. And here, this is where I really wish I had put in the Wind Koa'ki Meriu in the deck, because it would be really good in this situation, depending on what his back row was. It was an MST, so like in this instance, you could normal summon this card, reveal this Iron Core, get out the Wind one, return this to the top of the deck to destroy the Arm Wing, attack over the monster, and then we're just completely set. But alas, we have to make this much, much worse play, set a couple of back row, reveal a card, and pass our turn. I let this guy die, did this because I have the Call of the Haunted was my logic, but I don't know. It's fine. It's fine logic. They're going to attack over our guy, set up back row, and pass their turn. We draw another upstart. We're going to activate that and draw a Heavy Storm. We set another card and pass. They're going to attack us for 2,300, and then they are going to pass. We draw another upstart, 3 upstarts, and we draw into a Starlight Road. We set that and pass. They attack us for 2,300. We take that. We draw for turn. It is a Dimensional Prison, so we can set that and pass. They're going to go to the battle phase, but this time we have the Deep Prison, and they have the Deck Devastation. And normally I could Solemn Judgment this, but this deck literally plays no monsters under 1,500 attack, so we have absolutely nothing to worry about except for Knowledge. So he sees our terrible hand, and then, yeah, that's fine with me. We draw a Needle Ceiling, we show it to our opponent, and then we are going to activate this Call of the Haunted, bringing back the Urnite. He's going to chain this Bottomless Trap Hole, and we decide to activate the Solemn Judgment because this is very important to stick around. We use this card, revealing the Iron Core. We get out this guy from the deck, go into the battle phase, and get in for 4,100. And then we are going to go to the end phase, reveal the Needle Ceiling for the Power Hand, and send the Iron Core for the Urnite. Then he is going to activate Legacy of Yatagarasu, draw a card. Then they normal summon a Dark Grepher, I believe, yes, discarding this Shura and sending a Vayu. They use both of those to get out the Armed Wing. We're going to bottomless that card, and then he passes his turn. We decide to add the Iron Core back to our hand instead of drawing a card. This is a cool thing that this deck can do. We then reveal this, and we summon out a guy from the deck. Although this play is fine, I 1000% missed lethal because I could have Heavy Stormed and then chained Starlight Road to negate my own Heavy Storm, summoned out the Stardust, and then we would have literally won the game. But alas, I made a fatal error, and so we were 2,200 off. We could have won. We reveal the Needle Ceiling, and this guy dies, and then we pass our turn. Oh yeah, and then I forgot to send this thing. That could have been bad. Thank God. They're going to normal summon this Blizzard. This gets back a Shura. And then they are going to special summon a Gale, half our Power Hand, go into another Armed Wing. Then they are going to go into the battle phase, and we can take all of this damage. We get decently low, and then they are going to pass their turn. We draw a Compulse. We are going to normal summon this Power Hand. Just kidding. We finally do the play we should have done to win the game. We summon the Stardust, normal summon the Power Hand, attack over the Gale, and instead of attacking into the Armed Wing, we are fearing the Kalut, so we just pass our turn. They go into the battle phase and try to Kalut over our monster, but now we can compulse them. They normal summon this card, they get back the Shura, and this is just Brionic, and we are just dead. GG's, Blackwing opponent. GG's. Alright, now it is time for that all-important game number 2. Our opening hand looks very bad. We're going to use this Upstart Goblin. We get that Urnite to our hand, set a couple of cards, and pass. They activate Black Whirlwind, normal summon the Bora. We activate Torrential Tribute. Then we draw a bottomless. We're going to use this card. Can we get the Iron Core? Yes, we can. We normal summon the Urnite, reveal the Iron Core of Koa'ki Meriu to get out this 2100 attack monster from the deck. We attack for 2000. They have Mirror Force, but we have Starlight Road. We summon out the Stardust Dragon, get in for a ton of damage, set a card, reveal a Beast Warrior, let that guy die, and pass our turn. They're going to normal summon this Sirocco, and they are just dead. A clean game number 2 for the Koa'ki Meriu deck. We have not seen any of the Winged Rhino shenanigans, but maybe in this game. They're going to normal summon a Bora. We get a Heavy Storm. They will chain their Legacy and let their Dust Tornado die. We're then going to use this Upstart Goblin to get a bottomless Trap Hole to our hand, set a couple of cards, and pass our turn. We're going to activate Trap Dust Shoot, and you can see their hand here. They had all of these cards, and I believe I decided to take the Grepher out of their hand. Yes, I do. And then they are going to MST our bottomless Trap Hole. Then we can activate Starlight Road when they Heavy Storm, a pretty good interaction. And then they are going to change their monster to defense and pass their turn. We draw for turn a Winged Rhinos. We're going to go into the battle phase, clear this monster, and then pass our turn. They are going to normal summon a Bora, set a card, and pass. We go into the battle phase again, attack over this monster, and they will use Delta Crow Anti-Reverse to destroy our Mirror Force, but that is fine. And we looked at their hand, so we know this is a Torrential Tribute, so that's why we're not normal summoning the Winged Rhinos. They're going to use this Gale to perfectly attack over our Stardust Dragon, and then they are going to pass their turn. We normal summon the Winged Rhinos, attack into this Gale, set this back row, and pass. They are going to draw for turn, and then they pass. We draw a Smashing Ground. We attack again for 1800, and now the Winged Rhinos. But we need some trap cards first, and there is the perfect trap card, the Legacy of Yatagarasu, perfect to dodge effects. We set that and pass. They're going to set another card. We draw another Winged Rhinos. They're going to activate Torrential, and I think we can chain both of them. Someone who's smarter than me, please let me know if that's an illegal play, but I don't think it is. I mean, they're very... You could do it like twice per chain even, so I think you can do both of them. Anyway, they're going to make an Armed Wing. We can bottomless that Armed Wing. They're going to set a back row and pass. We draw another Upstart Goblin. We're going to use that. We draw another Legacy. Normal summon the Winged Rhinos. Attack for 1800. And then we go to main phase 2 and activate Legacy. We draw a Jar of Greed. We set both of those and pass. They activate Upstart. Draw for turn. Activate Legacy. Normal summon Whirlwind into Sirocco. Are you kidding me? They add the Blizzard attack over our monster. Just kidding. We have this Legacy to add it back to our hand. They're going to attack us, and then we can activate Jar of Greed. We draw another Winged Rhinos, and now we are going to normal summon this Power Hand, attack over this Sirocco, and then we are just going to think for a little bit, set a couple of cards, send the Iron Core to keep this alive. They're going to normal summon a Blizzard, add a Vayu from their deck to their hand. They get back this Bora, put it into an Armed Wing, and then they can attack into our monster. We can activate this Legacy, and then we will take 200 damage. We normal summon the Winged Rhinos, set a couple of cards, and pass. They attack into our monster. We let that die because we have 3 of them. They set a card. We draw a Call of the Haunted. Then we can attack into their monster, and then we pass, and then they draw, and then they attack into our Winged Rhinos. We let that die again. We activate MST. We draw the Iron Core, which is terrible. We're then going to activate Smashing Ground on his monster, attack for 1800, and then we are going to pass our turn. They are going to set a card, set another back row, and pass. We attack into that monster. It was just a Vayu. We're going to set this Deep Prison and pass. Then they are going to use that Vayu to get out another Armed Wing from their extra deck, attack into our monster. This time we can Deep Prison. Then they are going to use that again to get out an Armor Master, and then they set another card and pass, and we draw an Urnite. This is very good. Just kidding. But we can activate Priority, so we can still get out the effect, even if they bottomless. We can get out this guy, and then that gets bottomless. And this is really bad because we have the Call of the Haunted, so if the Urnite had gone to the grave, we could have probably had a good chance to activate this Needle Ceiling, but alas, we are in a bad spot, and then they can attack over our Winged Rhinos, and there's absolutely nothing we can do. This game is falling out of our hands, and now we have the Gores, but this Armor Master is just attacking us, and things are not looking great. We draw the Blasting Fuse. Maybe we can do something where... Okay, we can finally do something. We activate Call of the Haunted, summon back the Winged Rhynos, chain Blasting Fuse, get the Winged Rhynos back to our hands. This destroys their Whirlwind and their Armor Master, and we are still in this game. They are going to normal summon a Kalut, use the Black Whirlwind to add another Blizzard from their deck to their hand. We draw a Deep Prison, summon the Winged Rhynos, attack into their monster. We can bounce it to our hand, set this Deep Prison, and pass, but this Shura with the Kalut in hand is going to seal our fate for game number 3. So, it's bad. It's so bad. I don't have anything else. I spent all week on this deck. I really tried to make it work. But it turns out 31 cards is not enough to make the small Urnite engine good. So now we know. This was for science. You're welcome. But I do think the 6 draw spells, the Jar of Creeds and the Legacies with the Winged Rhynos could be good. It is just your dodging removal and going neutral. It's not a bad interaction. The problem is you need to find the right deck for it, and this just isn't it. I even messed around with just purely stun, you know, throwing in 3 Thunder Kings and Fossil Dynas, and I felt sick doing it, and it wasn't even that much better. I think maybe Tengu Plant is the place for Winged Rhynos, or just back with my original Blasting Fuse idea, because honestly that felt a little bit better than this one. So that's great. It's either useless, small possibility, or it's unplayable, but I don't know. I'm just more disappointed in it than anything, so I'm going to put it in unplayable. You probably could play it. I mean, it was going semi toe-to-toe with Blackwings, but it just, there's something broken about it. There's something not quite right. I tried to fix it. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it. I've got another version of Winged Rhynos probably cooking up soon that uses the Abyssal King Shark and more destruction effects. So maybe that'll be better, but Winged Rhynos control in Edison, maybe not the best. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this was kind of an anticlimactic episode, but you know, I can only cook so much, and this week I put all my time into a spoiled egg, and the egg was definitely spoiled. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I also want to shout out my channel members. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and that is Marcus Willebrandt, Fabrizio Petrulli, Live, Victor Von Doom, Yell24, Your Moonstone, Pilsganom, I might need some pronunciation help with that one. I'm so sorry. Outback YGO, Appellate Lawyer, Harold Garita, and D Blakes 55. Thank you guys so much, and I promise I will have some more members videos soon. Thanks.